Well, welcome back to Sunday. It's Community Junction. I'm still waiting for my guest. She's coming just now. But now, beautiful song from Jesus Culture, I think, with Hunger and Thirst. It's 9 o'clock. Every woman, welcome to you. It's a Community Junction with myself, Carlett, and what an absolute incredible time we will have with you. The lineup for today, we are in that process of load shedding, and it's all done, and we are absolutely glad that it's almost over. But I've got some interesting ideas for you how to practice and really realistic ideas and practices that could just might help you out in when you find yourself in that pain of load shedding. And that's from the Good Things guy. They've helped us out there. And then we've got Salome. She's coming to tell us a little bit more about the world of dance. And at 10 o'clock we've got I've got a question for you. Why Christians should be relevant? Why should we as Christians be relevant? And then at 10 o'clock at 11 it's job searching and job hunting as well. So let's get into some songs, and then I'm going to just give you those few tips and tricks to help you out when the time of darkness strikes as well. But 10,000 reasons why we should worship the King of Kings. Well, sorry for that. I'm waiting and helping my guest quickly to come here as well. Every time.
And I'm His holy
Just relaxed.
like never before. Oh my soul, I worship your home. Oh man, I just come out of the worship
So now you're back in worship.
church, and we drove through.
Okay.
And then we stopped at the wind to have something.
Oh, nice.
And then just as nothing says to me, check that the settings, the data is on for max. And I'm like, why is this thing doing this again?
Oh.
Eventually, we're here now.
Yeah, I just put you on a live one because I couldn't get the link or the address. I'm like, no, I'm not even going to bother with the coordinates. That live one
No.
should
The
take
live,
you.
that's why I said not Google Maps, because this thing is strange.
Really?
Yeah, no. I think it was because my data was
Okay.
beginning and end of it. I think it was just that.
Data. The struggle with data is real.
So,
As is gone too. So I'm doing a little bit. Oh yes, let's put you up.
hey.
You need to just get this one sorted.
This side?
And I need to check.
Where am I?
Come and sit on this
there.
side. Yeah. And now my screen disappeared on me. There we go. And now we can put you on there too. So let me do load shedding first, and then there we go.
Hoppa.
Oh,
What did you do now?
no, man, I'm stupid. Yeah. So there we go. So I will lean in. I just need to get my script. I've forgotten to print it.
It's okay.
So and then one song,
With boom.
we boom it.
Yeah.
So then I will also send you the link,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
so yeah,
At least I have it, and then we can talk about.
whatever needs to be done. Right. Okay, here we go. Well, that's 10,000 Reasons right here on your favorite gospel station. And definitely we've got 10,000 reasons as well to let our light shine. We've got, and we had that ESCOM problem, that load shedding problem. But now I thought, well, let me help you out with those times in darkness that we can. So from me to you, what can you do when that power hits the darkness, pitch black, and you know what I usually do is I go to bed. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to face this. I'm hitting bed. But psychologically, there's some great and clever ways of doing it. So there's the you need to no, you can't control it. You need to mention the fact that you cannot control it, and you need to accept. Okay, it's one of those things. So the first thing is not denial, but acceptance, and accept it and say, okay, well, it's what it is. But the second factor as well, it's the psychological factor. Just say it's not going to be for always. It's just a temporary thing that we want to do, and it's ESCOM. So first thing is you can't control it. Second is it's just temporarily. It's just for a while. It's just a short 4.5 hours, which sometimes feel like forever. Now, you know what? Sometimes then you feel like, oh, it's only me. It feels as if it's just hitting you. You know that Ubuntu effect of, don't worry, it's all of us. It's that area where you stay. You know what? When I'm in Meyerton, I know that when electricity strikes and darkness strikes in Meyerton, I can always come to hope. There's light. And then when it strikes here, I know I can go home. So it's the Ubuntu effect. You know, it happens to each and every one of us. So think about it for a moment. It's not too bad because your neighbor is also in the same place and space, okay, which is absolutely darkness as well. So, and you know what? When you in that space, do something nice with it.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? Go and just be with your children. Take a candle and book reading. That's not always working for me though, because I fell asleep 10 minutes in that because of the light. You know, the ambience of that light is, it tells me just go to bed. And so those are just some parts and ideas of how to get you physically and psychologically getting you sorted for that blackouts. And of course, let your light shine in those dark times as well. Now, you know what? The Lord loves you, and it is definitely amazing love when you are sitting in the darkness and you're thinking, hey, you know what? God loves you. It's just that amazing love of Him. So there you go. Do you want these? I don't know whether.
These are fun.
Are those fine? I forgotten my personal ones at home. So she looks tired.
She was about to sleep. She was in the. Is that fine? Do I need to?
No, it's fine. If it's fine. Yeah. It's only the one ear that
That
will
needs,
go. Yeah, that, you see, I just do that.
yeah.
Then, so
Because
we
then
good.
you sound normal.
Yeah.
You can hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So the sound is good. So give a shout out today to my billions and trillions of fans.
To the billions and trillions of fans. Well, I am here. I am privileged, and I'm blessed, guys. I'm grateful. I'm blessed, and you're not in the wrong place. You special one. You looking are not in the wrong place. You are meant to be here because, hey, the Lord's timing is always good time.
Absolutely. So do subscribe. Salome
Absolutely.
says
Yeah, not subscribe.
Yeah,
Do
subscribe.
not
Click.
mess out. You gotta take like, subscribe. Never, ever, ever miss anything that happens. Okay? Carlett
Yeah.
is putting in a lot of work and she shares the most exciting. Watch this space. You're never ever going to regret having subscribed and having dedicated your time. So I love you, she loves you,
Yeah,
we love you,
love.
and little Nolita.
Nolita.
Yeah, got Nolly in the house.
Just give us some love.
Love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus loves you. So we've got like 44 seconds and then we are going up. So my angle for today is literally whatever comes.
Okay, yes. Cool.
Just tell us again, who are you? You know, the same old, and then we'll go for it.
Cool.
One of those interviews yet again.
One of those interviews that I meant to make sure that I'm on point.
Yeah,
Like, well,
you should. Okay, we've got 8 seconds, and that was amazing. I love You Are My King. A beautiful song. And in the house, in the studio, we've got Salome. And if you don't know who she is, okay, she is the woman from Strictly Come
Dancing.
Come
Yes.
Dancing. She's the one judge. You weren't the one that was the strict one.
I was Miss Point Your Toes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the one that was particular about pointing the toes. My name is Salome Sechele, and I'm so privileged, Carlett, to be here. And, in my dancing and in all the judging and all of this that I do it with love and with passion and with a lot of heart. These days people don't give a heart, and they don't have hope, and I just don't.
They just do it.
I don't get it. Sometimes I don't get it, but during Strictly Come Dancing, when we were on TV, one thing that I'm very well known for, having been one of the 4 judges that were on there, Dave, he departed last 2 years ago. He used to say, Sals, just go ahead and tell them whatever you want to tell them, darling. You just say it, because it doesn't matter what you say. They're going to take it and still smile because you say it in such a very nice and polite way. And you make every... Yes, no. You take the crit and you give it, and that's what you have to give hope. You have to give that person hope that was saying, well, at least I tried. Yes, at least you tried. But next time...
You
just
point
your toes.
So I can point my toes.
Yes.
There
There
we
you go. There you go. Got a pointy toes.
It's not.
Yes.
I don't think it's the ballet pointing, but
No.
it's pointing.
Yes, it's
nonetheless,
extension of that foot.
with sneakers and everything. Point their
Everything.
toes. Yeah.
Everything.
So quickly tell me, Salome, when you've done, and what year was that? Strictly?
Sure, that was about 5 years ago. After having done Chicago, the musical, it's back on stage now.
Really?
But I couldn't go back and be on stage again because, you grow, and having had the honor of being a mom, I couldn't travel with the show and be on stage again. So I was not ready for it yet.
Okay.
So I didn't do that. But it was about 2005, 2008. Those
Those were the years.
I think I'm not sure. I just like
Okay,
no.
so if
First 5 series of Strictly Come Dancing
There
when
you
it
go.
initially came out to about 5 series in. Oh, the last Christmas show we had Mark Lottering on.
oh, he's a
Yes. He's a gift.
He's a
He
gift.
is a gift. He's a talented young man.
I so love
Yes.
him. He is one of those.
Gives you hope
Definitely
in more ways than one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how was that when Mark was on the show?
You never could take him seriously. You really, you tried to make him see that it's actually quite serious what he's doing, but you've got to also keep it lighthearted. So besides being the technicians and the judges and the people with the knowledge, you needed to be the people with the empathy, the psychologist, the teachers. How do I get this message through to this person that they'll get it in time for a little bit of improvement the next time?
Yeah.
So that little bit of improvement is just what you're looking for. But now they don't have next time
Yeah.
because it's a Christmas season, because it's a Christmas episode. So when they come out again, they got to look a little bit different. And the dancers are, of course, different. So the whole persona changes, and you got to just encourage them to go, okay, it's going to be a different dance. It's going to be something else. Just one. It's okay. You won't drown.
And if you drown, we've got
If you drown, just smile, drown and smile.
Smiling
Just
away.
drown, smiling. Whatever happens, just smile and wave.
No one will know.
Nobody should know. No, it's part of the act.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're good.
So you had
Yeah.
that Christmas series with Mark, and it was just fun and games.
Those were
as
the
well.
times when it reminds you to be present in everything that you do. Every moment is a blessing, and you need to be present. Hardships are always going to be there. You're never going to learn anything from not being tested.
Yeah, but you need to be tested a little bit.
Absolutely. Even with the load shedding.
Load shedding, it tests my character, by the way. Let me tell you, some days I'm like,
Yes, you know, hold on to somebody, yes.
and like, when was it? I think it was on during the week. So I came from light to darkness, and then somewhere in between there was just chaos, and I'm like, and
now?
and what
And
now?
then, and for who? For what? For what?
So you know what? It was in the middle of the afternoon, so I can't do what I normally do and go to bed. So I just had to do something else.
Well, this is when it reminds you of the days when you made up your own toys, and you made a world, and you drew stuff, and you looked at those. As a teenager, you would look for those U magazine songs in the middle and paste those people on the page and write the song lyrics out, and you keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
These days, people get bored. I don't understand that word. I have no clue what that word means.
I can't even sort of spell it because
hello?
Whatever.
When there's so much, you're an able-bodied person. You've got a voice. You can sing. You can talk. You can practice how you're going to present yourself to the next, as a billionaire or as the next president of the country. How are you going to resolve this very crux of the matter, which is load shedding?
And you know what? Sometimes, have you heard those jokes about the load shedding from stage 8 or 100? And so this guy comes up with a candle, and there's a knock on his door, and he opens it because it's in that load shedding time, and there's just someone that opens, or when he opens it, there's someone just blows it out, his candle, and say, I've just come and take your light. It's a stage, 101 or something. So at least we're not there.
Well, even if it's stage 107, you know that the stars are always shining.
Yeah, and
The
the sun
stars,
is...
the sun is always
No,
shining.
we're
And you know
there.
what? This too shall pass. As they say in English and in the Bible, if the Lord has said it, you must know that it's going to pass. Definitely.
It's
It
passing.
is it's a promise.
Speaking of which, our ESCOM, our dear ESCOM said that today,
Yeah.
there was, if you think about it, there was no load shedding.
Well,
So we can be
the
glad.
cricket was on.
Yes.
Bafana were playing. Never mind. Don't worry about the results.
Okay.
The Bafana were playing. And there was something else happening. There was a concert, music concert somewhere else. So, you know, and there were weddings and there was church today.
At least we
You
weren't
know, we
doing
got to,
load
you know,
shedding.
on the
yeah,
other
yeah.
times.
So we're good.
We're good.
So speaking of goodness,
Yes.
speaking of those encouraging moments, let's talk about dancing for a moment.
Yeah.
Because I know that, when was it? On Saturday, I was also at a people, was it a show? Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
show kind of thing where they did belly dancing and some other dancing as well.
Well, showcase night.
Yeah, it was
Showcase evening.
Yeah, it was like a showcase,
Yeah.
and the studio was quite good, and you know what? Then I was thinking of you and like, okay, those are belly dancing, but you are more in the
Ballroom and
classical
Latin.
Ballroom and Latin.
Yeah.
So, if I want to become the best me in ballroom or Latin,
Mm-hmm.
what should I do?
If you want to become the best, and which you can be, in ballroom and Latin, in those two disciplines, styles, is that you know where your feet, where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, just have some sort of presence. This is where my foot is supposed to be. Just be aware of what is supposed to be. When what is supposed to be where, number two.
Okay.
Sometimes why what needs to be where and keep it there. If you've been told the hand does not go behind the elbow, do not take it behind the elbow because there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
If they tell you go forward or back at this count on this beat, it is synchronized. So just be aware, be present is what I'll say for starters, just to get
Okay.
really technical.
Yeah.
But on a simple day-to-day basis is just learn your steps, do the routine, whatever the steps to the counting, because it always helps to say the counting out, because then you know on 2 I go to the side, or on 2 I go to the back, and then 3 is something and 4 is something else. But
yeah.
usually the counts will never go past 8. Never.
So what you are saying, I can only count to 8 and that's it.
Sometimes even 4.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Even up to 4.
You know
1,
what?
2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And the nicest one of them is waltz.
1,
3.
2, 3. I
1,
can do
2,
3.
3.
You know, being a professional photographer, I can do.
Yes! 1, 2, 3. Hey!
Smile.
There you go.
So I can in the way for a waltz.
Of course.
So, but
Yes.
8, that's it.
That's all you have to worry about. Sometimes you don't even have to worry about it, because you know that after the 8 is a sentence. The 1, 2 could be the word.
Okay.
You know, the 1, 2, there's 3, 4, there's 5, 6, and 7, 8. So you link all of that together, it makes a sentence, and 4 sentences make up
What? No.
4 sentences make a paragraph.
Yes.
That they make the routine, and then that keeps you constant. And with the 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4 counted to music, linked with the music, 1, 2, 3, 4, together with what your partner is doing. If you have a partner, if you don't have a partner, it's not a train smash. With whoever you're dancing with, 1, 2, 3, 4, what they're doing is mirroring what you're doing, is going toward to the music. We all have the same count. The common denominator is the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. And that's it.
So we all meet at a certain point. and we're dancing on the same floor, and we're dancing the same choreographed steps that have been put together so that they match. If they don't match, you're going to step on each other's toes. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Somebody lose concentration, you're you're done.
Done.
DONE, done. And you know, as they say, unfortunately for the women empowerment movement, the male figure, the person who's dancing male, will always be the leader.
Yeah.
And he will always be going clockwise. You're going backwards, anti-clockwise
Clockwise.
as a lady, and you're a slight bit behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, just because you're multi-talented, that's all.
Just because.
Just because.
So think about it for a moment, that ballroom and Latin, very disciplined styles of dancing. And sorry for the ladies in empowerment.
Well, the way, you know, as you take the lessons, you get to learn a few things. You get to learn that actually the ladies are in charge.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just that we give these gents this thought that they are in charge. No.
No. Okay, so it's just...
They're not quite in charge.
It's just they pretend. They can be in charge.
They can be in charge for now.
But in the backside of it all, back at the ranch...
Guess
in
who's
charge.
behind the most powerful man? A
woman.
very, very, very clever woman.
Very strong and clever
Very strong
woman.
and clever woman.
Speaking of that, let's quickly go for a song break. And then when we come back, there's more.
Absolutely.
There's always more with Salome.
Absolutely.
So here's a song called Awesome God. He is indeed a awesome
God.
And let's enjoy it
Yes.
for the moment.
Amen. From heaven above with wisdom, power, and love, our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above. Oh, our songs. We lost our iPod.
No.
And it had all these songs on it.
Oh, but I'm really going tonight a little bit old school.
Yes.
We
Absolutely.
got some old school songs lined
Yay!
up. So,
I am loving them. I am loving
I'm
them.
also, you know, the new ones are good,
Great.
but I love going back.
But you see, my sin was before me. I was swallowed by God. That one.
Yeah.
At one point, I felt like, no. I just, no.
Yeah.
But then eventually, okay, fine. Okay, just let it be. Be a young one for now.
Yeah.
Go back. And then I lifted my hands to the coming King, and everybody was like, yes! And I was like, woohoo! Thank you, Jesus. Now, those are the moments you want. You know, when people actually get it, like they let go, they forget.
And that's the thing.
Inhibition's gone.
You need to forget about it.
No.
Just let
it go.
Be. Let God be
Let
God.
God. It's very difficult these days, especially with the elections and stuff coming up.
But you know, I found it when coming to elections, it's a very silly. They call it the silly season or something. So,
It's like Christmas.
no, I mean, come on, things that we will never do.
You're saying you can do
Yeah.
just like that.
And then when push comes to shove, can you deliver?
Well, this is when we have to. I said so, but I did not see him.
So yeah,
So
winding.
just give me another 14 years.
Or 21 years.
Hey,
Yeah.
4 terms, 20. Hey,
Oh, let's
let's
just
do this.
Oh, come, let's get results, eh?
But the thing is, we're looking the wrong way. We should be looking up.
That's the thing, is when you give it to God, you
Nothing
say,
is
Lord,
impossible.
just do what you need to do and do it as you need, then God will do it. You just give it to Him.
But the thing is also, I found in my teaching, people don't get it until they feel that, okay, you're vested in them.
Yeah.
But they can leave you anytime. But they should not feel like you're going to give them half.
Yeah.
You're not totally dedicated to them. Because if they feel that, then they don't come back.
So it's full dedication.
At the same time, they don't give. You give your all, and then they still don't give. And so you think, okay, so what do I do now?
No?
That's when you really have to go, Lord.
Work with them. Work with them. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes I pray, Lord, just bring fire and
Oh, yes.
some thunderstorms and lightning. Just
to
wikkel hulle op 'n bietjie. And then I'm thinking, Lord, I'm sorry.
Maybe
that I
not.
pray. Sorry. There's forgiveness in that too.
There is
but,
absolutely.
You know what? Yeah, sometimes we just need to help them.
Give them a nudge. No. But then it's that thing that Oprah says, if you don't listen, the clap is going to be bigger.
Yeah.
And when you get that clap, it will be a clap from here that you never ever expected. It's like that. Your mom's clap that came when you didn't even see that she's looking at you. And she's there, bah, and you go meet it, and there you walk off, and you don't know where that came from.
Yeah, no, those claps I know.
No.
You know, wooden spoons, I
Yay!
know. I know.
Rulers.
Rulers, slippers, bound to the work.
That's love.
Weet daai waslap. Hy gee lekker pak.
Oh, they'll take you to prison.
Yeah. These days, yes. But those days, it was fun.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Okay, we're going up 6, 5, 4. Isn't it great when we know that our God is an awesome God?
Yes.
And we sang it. You can hear it. Okay. And then we've got the little one here as well. Noni. You're so cute. You're so absolutely. She was singing with. And let me give you a high five.
Yay.
Well done. I mean, when the little ones are starting to praise and worship the King of Kings and tell him he is an awesome God. What an absolute, I'm just getting goosebumps, and what a treasure it is. Now, Salome, if they've just tuned in, I'm speaking to Salome, and you were from Strictly Come Dancing, and Chicago, and what else? Come on.
I'm not sure whether people, I think the two most out there things that I did were Chicago the musical and the ads on TV.
Yeah, which...
There is a lady actually who looks just like me, and we know each other.
Oh.
Because some people go up to her and say, Salome, how are you doing? Please teach me how to dance. And then they come to me and say, but your role the other day was nice. You well. And I'm like, so we both have learned to just go, it's okay, thank you very much. But now the thing is, sometimes you get to a voiceover and somebody says, but it's not you. I said, well, you got me today. Would you like the other version of myself?
The second version.
The second version. Just as good. Yeah. Just as good, just as brilliant, maybe even better. But, so, besides doing Strictly Come Dancing and all of that, what I have decided to do, in fact, it's not what I have decided to do, is what I've always been passionate about, is fitness. And taking care of the temple and looking after yourself, because what are you without wellness and health? And when I discovered that I could be looking after myself, and people need to be assisted to how to take care of their bodies, how to use their bodies optimally, so that they don't end up injured and having to, yes, doctors are wonderful people, but you don't want to be in that situation, taking drugs and all of this to get better when you could have been, that could have been avoided. Eating well, just looking after yourself. drinking the water, and eating right,
Yeah.
living longer. So that is my side thing that I've been very, very keen on working on, with all the products and all the exercise regimes, and having been a personal trainer as well. I can at least say to somebody, listen, this at this stage, if you want to get there, if you want to do the competition, this is how you need to get your body strong. And this is where we start. We start with these exercises, and then you can do this at the gym. If you're on holiday at home, you can take a towel and do these. They'll give you stronger arms, a nice posture, and from there we move on. And then we become, oh, I can do this. Where do I use? Okay, maybe let's move a little bit faster. We move a little bit faster. Cardio becomes dance. Dance becomes, oh, I can dance. Oh, maybe I should join a studio. Okay, then they join a studio. Oh, maybe I can do a little medal exam. Then they do a little medal. Oh, miskien kan ek, ek kan ook beweeg. Okay, all right, let me find another partner. Let's do this together. Because we all know that belonging to a community, a cause. This is why you have so many people running the Comrades Marathon. I mean,
it's a common cause.
It's a common cause, camaraderie. You have a thing to work for, a goal to achieve. You get your medal. Some people just go ahead and they do it for fun.
Yeah.
But there are those who look for the medal. And in dancing as well, there are people who look for the medal. So there's a social dancer, the competitive dancer, and then the elite, the professional who wants to teach. Never mind just take part in competitions like this.
So let's talk about the professionals as well, because I've got a friend.
Yep.
And you know my friend.
Yes.
He wants to do that professionally and so now, how do you, from getting just medals and participate in competitions, going from there up to being pro and teach, what would be?
Like any profession, you've got to go to school. You've got to go study. There is coursework, qualifications that you've got to take, exams that you've got to take, and that qualifies you to start earning. That's what differentiates you from an amateur. An amateur is not really, hasn't gone deep into the meat of what dancing is all about. So you start at a diploma student teacher level. Then we have associate. It's like
building
the different
ladders,
the ladders, the primary school teacher, the secondary school teacher, the high school teacher, the invigilator, the lecturer, the professor, that. So you have those, and as you go and graduate, you get to a certain level where you can then judge certain competitions, become an examiner, become a coach. Yes, there are some people who do it with the amateur league who are not particularly qualified but are talented and have been competing as champions and have really got a track record as champions. But now, in order for you to take it seriously and do it well professionally, you've got to study. You've got to study and do those exams, and you've got to know exactly how everything is broken down, the nitty-gritties.
So if you've got the nitty-gritties, then
you're good to go. You can open a studio, you can have teachers, you can train other teachers, you can go out and do exams, you can examine other people's students. There's a lot that you can do. You can own, you can be a nomad like I am. I have my own dance studio, but consultation. Like I consult with different places and studios.
Okay, so
because then I can go to your studio and I go to that studio, help you out with this, help you out with that one, with that, help the other. So I move around. Yes, like that.
So,
technician.
Salome,
yes.
I know that I think you one of the highly qualified dancers.
Yes.
But now some of our listeners don't know the journey to become. I mean, you can't go any further than where you are at this moment, isn't it?
Well,
Or,
well, sure, you can never say you can't go further. Well, there are always other forms of dance that you can add on to
Yes.
what you have.
yeah.
So, according to where my Latin is, yes, I could go and do the same thing with another dancing body, and I would learn different things. So, it's specialization.
Okay, but you are specializing
I'm
in
special
ballroom and Latin. So
yes,
with
and
those
freestyle.
and
With those ones, yes,
You-
I'm at the top. Yes,
at the top.
yes,
So now,
yes,
what is the
yes.
top then?
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Yes.
Okay.
Fellowship,
Explain to us.
and I'm being and also being chairman, because you start with that student teacher exam, and then where you get asked the basics of the technique book, and then we come to the associate, where we introduce the teaching methods. By memberships is where you get to be a lecturer kind of thing.
Okay.
You have examiners. You might have 2 examiners, but you are more tested on your method of teaching and how you could choreograph, put things together.
Okay.
Fellowship is where you have not one but a few, 2 or more examiners in the exam room. It's like a thesis.
Okay.
You're doing your paper, and you are recommending ways that the dance could be better, how music could be, so things like those. You can go deeper into those intricate matters. And then I am chairman of judges, which means that not all of us are chairman, but you've got 3 you got membership. You've got a membership, and you've passed your scrutineering. Now, the scrutineering program, I know, hey? Shoo, it sounds very voos. Scrutineering is the data capturing and the, what do you call it? PwC does what? PricewaterhouseCoopers. They, what do they do before the results are open? These have been verified.
Yeah, it's like they've
Modulated.
modulated.
Yes, and they are kosher. They are good
they're
to go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I do.
Sure.
The marks come in, the scrutineer does them,
Yeah.
calculates and put them in. The program calculates who's first, second, third, whatever, and then I check that all of that is kosher, and then you get your results.
It's like the ICC or what?
I
is
am,
it?
yes,
That one.
the ICC, since
yeah.
we're going into voting. Yes,
We on the
yes,
voting.
we're on the going to vote. Everybody, please go and vote.
Yeah.
Yo, don't not go and vote. Yo, please don't spoil your votes either.
Yeah,
Just find somebody to vote for and just vote.
if you
Just do it.
whoever you vote for,
Just vote.
So speaking of voting, that's where you
Pray
Yeah.
before you vote.
Yeah.
Be led.
Let the
Prayerfully,
Spirit
Lord.
lead you in that.
Please. Because we're going to need a lot of the Holy Spirit to come in.
Oh,
Woo!
it's
Gonna
going to be a
yes.
very interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward
Forward
in
to it.
covering those stories,
Absolutely.
voting stories.
Absolutely.
But now, so you at the ICC.
Chairman, yes. I'm chairman of the adjudicators, which means when you get to an event, a big nationals where you're choosing the people that are going to represent your country overseas, where we can only have 2 couples represent every country.
So it's like the Springbok type
It's
of...
like the Springbok. It's like the Olympics of the professionals,
Okay.
where the 2 of the best from every country get taken, and then we have the worlds
okay.
professionally there,
yeah.
in the professional league. So they take
Sure.
the 2 best of every country, get invited to come and compete, and then they get to compete.
So now,
and do
who's our best?
our best, I would think it's Ryan Hammond and Reno van der Berg with their partners.
Okay.
No, we have different leagues, you see. So, but yeah, if between Reno Mpokhatla and Reno van der Berg, Mpokhatla and Ryan Hammond, those are the 3 very, very active. They're literally active and dancing as we speak.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So they would be from the Latin side
Yeah.
of things. From the ballroom side of things, we had it changes all the time. This is why we need to, every time you come back and you defend your title. You
Yeah.
have to come back and defend it. You can be representing the country overseas and doing all sorts of competitions overseas, but you got to come home, like we had to during the time that myself and Tyrone were champions of South Africa, pro champs. We needed to defend our title, and we did.
How many times?
Hey girl, 5 times undefeated in total for me.
Yeah.
And then 3 times with Tyrone. I think it is 5 times, 3 times. I can't remember. It's just
Okay.
a lot of times.
So, but you've defended and
I have defended and I'm undefeated because nobody got to defeat me. I retired before I could be defeated.
Okay, so you still.
I'm still
okay.
reigning. I am still
Hey,
reigning.
girl, you need to. You have to.
Hey, you know what?
So you've undefeated.
Undefeated 10 dance. 10 dance meaning both ballroom and Latin combined.
Oh wow.
So it's double the work, double the pressure, but double, it's just the accolade is double.
Double everything.
Yes, double.
Multiplication.
It's double. Double blessings, double abundance, double work. We appreciate it. Yes.
But you know what? So those were your accolades and where you are at this moment in time as well. You've got a studio and being all over, being a consultant all over. But now you couldn't have done it without our Lord.
Amen. Yo, are you saying that that is the whole truth, the truth and nothing but the truth? Because there's nothing further than that.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought, why am I always getting back to this? And they used to tell me, but Salma, how do you do this? You are fresh off high school. You're in varsity, you're lecturing, you're a company manager, you're doing exams, you're representing us in South Africa, in America, overseas, and you are defending your titles and you're doing all of and you're still giving back. Where do you find time? I said, well, the Lord always gives you time. The Lord's time, the Lord, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
Amen to that.
When he opens the door, you've got to be ready, equipped, and say, I stand up. I here I am. I'm here to worship and do whatever you call me to do. I'm here to serve. How can I be that light that shines in the darkness? Because it is dark out there. There are people who feel like they cannot get anywhere. At that time when I was turning pro, there was, when I used to be the only black lady on the floor, there was resistance. There was, but she's not good enough. There was criticism. There was everything against me. But did I look at that? That was not my focus. The Lord gave my coach, Mark Dooley and Lillian Dooley at the time, he gave them the vision to say that this is where these children are going to go. They're going to grow in it. Just exactly like you grow into a marriage, you're going to grow and you're going to grow within the Lord. And for me, I knew, coming from a background of religion, my father was also a Domini and whatever, a Mamuruti and Ntate Muruti, having Wesele Methodist. I'm a Methodist. But you know what? When push came to shove, I found that Methodist church in London and I went to church. The thing is, it was different. And then I got to realize that, yes, it's different, but we're still praying to the same God. The same Lord is still answering, and he answers up until today.
Oh, wow.
We just need to say, call on him, and he'll be there.
Yes, Lord.
He will be there. He shows up, and he's got over 1,000 promises in the Bible, and he says he will never, ever. He made us. Isaiah 46 verse 4 says, I made you. I will provide for you. I will protect you. And I will give you all that you need. So, hey, with that said, why wouldn't you be successful? You're meant to succeed. There's nobody that can hold you down. Do your best. Put your best foot forward. Don't making, oh, I'm black, so you need to put me for. No.
No.
Prove it. Prove that you're the best. Be the absolute best without a shadow of the doubt. It's hard. Yes, nothing easy. Nothing's easy. It has to be without a shadow of the doubt that you are the absolute best without question. Then you know you're a champion.
Yeah. So, Salome, you just said a profound thing is that no matter what kind of person, no matter if you're black or white or purple or grey,
Right.
that doesn't define that you have to have it, you
No.
know. It's what you put onto the table saying, I've practiced, I've put in the hours.
I'm dedicated. I'm doing this thing. I want it.
So,
If you have the will meaning you are going to put on the work, it's going to be intentional, it's going to be longevity driven. You're going to, or you're going to love. It's going to, and you're going to do it with love.
yes.
That will, you will always get there. That is what will means to me. Put in the work. Focus. Be focused in the work that you're doing, because you can be sidelined. You can be distracted.
Yeah.
So make it intentional. This is what I'm doing, and I'm focusing on this. I'm going to perfect it, and I'm going to do it as best as I can. Then put in the love. Learn. Be willing to learn.
Yeah.
When somebody says to you, this is not how, your coach says to you, this is how you should be doing it. Don't ask the coach. And then how do you know?
I'm doing it my way.
Listen, you can do it your way. Absolutely. If you want to take 5 years, like the Israelites, or 45, 35, 500
forever
years,
years.
to get to the land of milk and honey, and you don't want to listen to the Lord, go ahead, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle. But don't say your coach wasn't there. Listen to your coach. Learn. Be a student. Be willing to be educated and take the teachings. And then you will love what you are learning with focus in your work.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? When you are focused in what you're doing, and you know that the Lord is backing you,
Oh,
you are just
posture,
Yeah.
baby. This is mine.
you.
All of these riches are mine.
Yeah.
Abundance, baby. You function in a realm of abundance.
The supernatural.
Hey, listen, there is nobody that can get you down. Nobody's going to tell you different, because you know you are the daughter or son of the Most High.
And that's the most important thing, is knowing your identity in Christ.
And who you are.
Yeah.
Whose you are. And understanding and celebrating that. You know, we don't celebrate that.
No, we
We're
don't.
scared of celebrating that.
But you know what? Let us get that authority back
Oh,
as Christians and say,
yes.
listen, if you are messing up,
It's okay.
it's okay. We love you still, irrespectively, but we're going to help you. And if you don't want this help, be like the Israelites, wander in this desert,
Yeah.
and be a fool, and do what you please. But if you listen to wisdom, it's profound.
So profound. And life is worth living. Everything is worth you know that this every day is worth fighting for. The joy that you have inside of you is worth fighting for. Then you really want to be a sharer.
Yeah.
You cannot help but share. You cannot help but give, because you've got so much to give. And when you've got so much to give, you cannot help but glow, because you there's something about you, and somebody will say to you, "Hey, Mara, what's up with you?
Yeah.
Why are you different?" When you come into the room will know you are in the room.
Absolutely. Shine that presence of the Lord. Although ESCOM says no lights, you shine your light.
This is why we need darkness, so that we can shine.
And with that note, our time, Salome, thank you so much for being a community influencer. It's absolutely always fantastic having you on Community Junction. And
I love it.
you know what? Thank you so much for all of the wisdom. Thank you for just being your lighting self. Just have to put that in.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah,
Praise
just
God.
quickly, we've got like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Wisdom words. For those out there, just shed some light.
Will. Have the will. With everything, have the will. But before you have the will, know whose you are. You were created to succeed. You are not created to fail. There is no way you can fail if you know whose you are. When your mindset is right, your mindset cannot change if you haven't gotten on your knees and said, Lord, I surrender this to you. Please help me. Please come into this situation. Help me. I trust you. I know you. I love you. Please come and sort, because I cannot do it on my own. I need you to guide me. Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. You will show me the way, and I know that the doors will open up because I am here. Here I am. Use me. The Lord will use you in ways you've never ever known. People will call you. People will want to know you. People will you will have a life of abundance. Not necessarily the way you want it, but the way the Lord intends for you.
Yes.
Because His plans are so much more greater. Your success, you think you've succeeded by getting 5,000 Rand a month. Please, just keep on adding the zeros. Then you're talking God language.
Wisdom words.
Pray, pray, pray. Pray, pray, pray. Invite the Holy Spirit into every moment of your day.
That's Salome for you.
Pray!
Pray, and you know what? Let me give you this song. It's an oldie, but
Yes.
goodie, and it says, "Because He lives,
Oh.
I can face tomorrow."
Yes.
And that's how we wrap it up with
Yes.
Salome. And you know what? Because He lives, we know whose
We are.
There we go. Let me stop this one, and then I know. Now I don't know how to stop it.
Maybe on the...
But in anyway, before I stop it, just give you some subscribing, whatever.
Yo, please. This channel is not meant for anything else other than empowerment. And you have to subscribe, even if it's for your Tani Satani. Eventually, there's going to be something that you learn every time you tune in, every time you come on. This is the place where we speak positivity, where we speak life, where we speak prosperity, we speak strength, power. How do I? And we get results. So if you want results, if you want your purpose to be purpose-driven, to be alive in your life, join us. Subscribe. It will not be a mistake ever. It's the best mistake you've ever made.
It's the worst best mistake.
It's the worst best mistake. And you know what? They'll all come and find out, how do you know all of that? You say, I got some friends. I got a connection. So guess what the connection is? Subscribe! Yes.
Well, that's it for me for now. This is part 1 of Community Junction.
And I've got my little hairdresser already doing her thing here.
She is so cute. Hey? She's just adorable. So thank you for watching, and please do subscribe. Don't leave that out. And Salome, thank you for being on radio and on YouTube. And thank you just for being you.
Oh, you know what?
Watch the space. You'll be seeing more of me.
Yay!
You haven't got enough yet. The Lord says to me, there's too much to keep back. Because He lives, there is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And with tomorrow, you got to give more. When you don't have a problem sharing because, please, man, you got enough.
God is good.
God all the time.
And all the time.
God is
It's
good.
So,
Mwah, we love you.
yay! And this is my finger trying to
To find where to stop.